This week on StarCap, gun violence grips Jamaica, shark awareness, abusive husband in hot water, multiple schools suspended, and in the Tell Me Pastor review, I need more sex from my spouse. Hey Star Fam, I'm Jaleen, and welcome to another week of StarCap, a recap of the big stories that lit your attention this week. The cries for the government to implement a useful crime plan were heightened this week owing to several incidents of violence across the island. This time, the cries were deeper because in the space of 3 days, 3 primary-aged school children were murdered. A drive-by shooting along the Lana Avenue off Hagley Park Road in Kingston left 6-year-old Ariana Salmon and her 47-year-old grandmother dead. 34-year-old Michael Smith was also killed in that incident. On Monday, in the Salt Spring community in Montego Bay, St. James, a taxi transporting 3 Chetwood Memorial Primary School students and a young man came under fire from heavily armed men. 2 of the students, 7-year-old Justin Perry and 9-year-old Nakoleva Smith, were killed. The 4th passenger, 26-year-old Tevin Hale, was also killed. Also on Monday on Princess Street in downtown Kingston, business owners Everett Scott and Roland Smith were gunned down in their place of business. Eyewitness reports indicate that the men had an argument with a customer, which was quelled. However, another man entered the establishment moments later and opened fire, killing the men. And on Wednesday, a man and his nephew were shot dead in their yard while in the process of moving out of West Avenue in Dunkirk in East Kingston. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says Jamaicans must stop extending grace to criminals. He said the lawmakers are working on plans to impose harsher penalties on criminals.
They are not reasonable people. They are terrorists, and they must be treated as such. What occurred is an act of terror.
A state of emergency has been imposed in St. James. It's a shark attack, or not. The Sandals Foundation, along with the Georgia Aquarium and the University of the West Indies Mona, have joined forces to bring awareness to the importance of sharks in Jamaica's ecosystem. Dane Bodo, Director of Global Ocean Policy at Georgia Aquarium, has said that sharks aid in maintaining a balanced ecosystem because they take out diseased fish that are prone to infecting healthy fishes. The tagline, "Fair to Fascination," is what will be used to set the tone for the workshops. The Star Fam on Instagram did not seem to be a part of the cohort of interest and left a few comments on the topic. Have a look. Can this be a case of the boy who called wolf? A 51-year-old woman has alleged that her husband beat her to the point of her having to be admitted in the hospital for up to 5 days. According to the woman's statement, she was shoved and then hit in her head. She also claims that her husband punched her all over her body. After the ordeal ended, she was bleeding from her ears, and that prompted her to visit the hospital where she was then admitted. Though he has not entered a plea, the husband is adamant he did not harm his wife. Just earlier this year, there are claims the woman went down on her knees and begged a judge presiding over a previous assault case to discontinue the case and drop all charges against her husband. Multiple schools across 3 parishes suspended operations on Thursday morning after receiving emails suggesting explosives were placed at several institutions. The affected schools included Lennon and Denby High Schools in Clarendon, Greater Portmore, Old Harbour and Ascot High Schools in St. Catherine, and William Knibb High in Trelawney. Investigations into the incidents are being led by the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch and the Communication Forensic Cybercrimes Department. In Tell Me Pastor this week, I need more sex from my spouse. A 20-year age gap may be the issue that is causing sexual starvation for this couple. A 29-year-old woman is heavily contemplating if she should become unfaithful to her 49-year-old partner because the sex is not satisfying and it is too quick. The woman says as soon as they begin to have sex, the man reaches his climax. oftentimes before her, and she's left unsatisfied. She also says their sessions most times last for 15 minutes and sometimes less, and that is not enough for her. She really loves this man and does not want to leave as he has been very good to her, but her sexual frustrations may bubble over. Pastor Dumas has encouraged her to not be tempted to cheat on her good man, and that she should try and remember he is 20 years older, so his energy may not be as high as hers. Star Fam, what do you think? Should she stay with her good man or venture out to find a more energetic partner? And that's it for this week's Star Cap. Remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Jamaica Star and on X, formerly Twitter at Jamaica Star. I'm Jaline. Until next week, keep reading the Star, the people paper.